Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
What up, though? What up, though? This Soul Ties Talk. And today we talking about, does being disciplined build character? You know, this is a good subject, a good topic. I had discussion with people at work. And so today, again, my wife is not present. But we have Chris in the house.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Yeah, so we gonna kick it off with just talking about, when we talk about discipline, it's not just about if you getting a punishment or if you being made to do something. We talking about digging deep down, that self-discipline, because a lot of people, you know, that it's easy to do things when you have consequences, you know, if it's consequences or if it's a reward, you know, but to do that yourself, you know what I'm saying, it takes a lot, you know. Do that yourself.
Yeah. Sorry. So to tap into that, yes, I struggle with self-discipline a lot because sometimes I be like, you know, I be on that path, and then I be like, all right, this fun. Let me go do this, and it's outside of being disciplined. So it's a struggle. It takes discipline to practice self-discipline.
Right.
So that's a lot, especially when you not used to, you know, you're not used to discipline.
Right.
You're not used to consequences. Some people, they really struggle with it. They're not used to consequences at all.
Some people just not used to like having to discipline themselves, right? They're used to having that structure where it's already set for them, right? Having to go to work,
Right.
You know what I mean? The schedule of, you know what I mean? Like, that's the reason why some people can't be successful when it comes to being entrepreneurs, right? Because they're not gonna have that discipline and that you know, well, yeah, just discipline, that drive to get up and make it happen for themselves, as opposed to doing it to avoid the consequences.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you working for somebody else, you worrying about getting
Worry
fired.
about getting fired,
or, you know, but
Right.
you gotta have that.
You're working for yourself. You're like,
drive.
I'll
You
do
like,
it tomorrow.
I'll
And I'm
do
not
it.
gonna fire myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to going that much harder for yourself because it is for you. You know what I mean? Because you know you're gonna reap all of the benefits of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you do it for the fear of what would happen on the bad side as opposed to the benefit of what would happen, you know, on
In
the
the
good
long
side.
run.
Yeah.
Right. And also on the flip side, as we were saying, it builds your character. It lets you, you know, let people know you dependable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then because being disciplined, you know, applies to a lot of different areas, a lot of different arenas, right? Being disciplined can just be in a matter of doing what you say you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Being a man or a woman of your word. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some people don't have enough discipline in themselves to do that much, let alone do something in life that will reap some type of, you know, productive results.
Yeah, because you got to realize it's an ultimate goal you trying to get to, you know, but it's not going to be an overnight thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's in anything, you know, it might be in work, it might be in just in life, period. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be small steps that you have to take, and it's going to be, sometimes you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even being a parent.
Right.
You know?
And that I don't want to do that will take over the discipline.
Right.
So then you have to do it. You know you need to do it, but in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, I'll get to it.
Right.
So.
Or you sometimes you'll put yourself in a pocket of only doing the things that you want to do as opposed to the things that you know you need to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that will only get you so far as being productive because, you know, if you only doing what you want to do versus what you know you need to do, you're going to end up basically in the same spot. You'll never get, you know, to the end goal.
Exactly, because you just doing the minimum. You know what I'm saying? Just enough, but that's not, you know, good enough because you have to, like you said, when you have to apply yourself and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? You have to make it happen. And as far as the discipline part, a lot of people can't. Like you said, I know I need to do it, but it's always that rationale that they can bring it till, well, I know I need to do this, but I had to work today. You know what I'm saying? Or I know I had
Making
to do
excuses.
this. So,
Making
yeah,
excuses.
you know what I'm saying?
And then laziness play a play because
yeah.
you was made to do it or you had this set out so you had no choice. But when it's on you to do it, you like, I don't want to do shit.
Right.
I'm more
Well,
lazy than
Than
motivated to get
determined,
up
yeah.
to do it. Yeah. So now I have to discipline myself. But where do I start? Because I'm used to doing things my way. I'm used to doing it how I want to do it. So if I don't want to get up today or if I don't want to entertain that shit today, I'm not. But I know that's not in the long run right for it
Exactly.
all. So now, but it has
You
to come
stifling
to a
your
point.
growth. You're not putting yourself in a position to grow. You know what I mean?
But,
Exactly.
But
That's what
when
you're
you
doing.
discipline also comes with growth and maturity. Because
Well,
if you're
growth
in the
comes with-
mindset,
yeah, same
But see,
thing,
what you
yeah.
got to
Yeah.
understand is
Growth comes with discipline.
you
Yeah.
have different.
After discipline, you know what I'm saying? Once you're
but
disciplined,
you
you grow
gotta,
from that.
you gotta.
But that's
that-
only
that
if you
come-
take the lesson though. From
Yes,
that. See,
that's
some
only
people-
if you want to do
Yeah,
it.
you have
Yeah.
to take the lesson from all those experiences because some
Yeah.
people you get all the information, you have the resources, but if you don't suck it in and then apply it, then you're not going.
You're not growing.
That's not.
You're
the
not
growth,
growing
right?
at all.
You just heard it. Okay, yeah, this is
You're
the right thing to
stagnant.
do,
You're
but
just-
And you
I'm
back
not
to
doing
making
it.
excuses.
right.
Like, oh, this, this and that not for me. Oh, I'm not like this. Well, you're not trying. If you
When
try,
I was just this conversation will make me recall a conversation that I had, or that one of the instructors had with us at Specs Howard. Because we are all in school for radio, TV, broadcast. It's something we love to do, right? And they was telling you that, mind you, as much as you love doing this, you may get in the field and get in an arena where you may be a DJ or an anchor for the type of content that you don't particularly like. Right, just for the sake of the money, right? You know, what I mean?
Right.
You want to get paid. You know what I mean, that's like me going to Specs Howard and graduating with my radio degree or whatnot, and me working in L.A. at a country station. You know what I'm saying, making $100,000 a year versus me working in Nebraska at a hip hop station making $30,000 a year. Now,
Right.
do I want to take that $30,000 in Nebraska just because it's hip hop and it's my genre and I feel more comfortable, or do I want to take that $100,000 and work for the country station?
Yeehaw!
Yee the fuck
You know
haw.
what I'm saying? I mean, yeehawing. So
integrate.
you got to do that, man. That's why I'm saying you just with the discipline, it builds character, and then it just allows you. The character only builds the character with the growth though, like you were saying. If you don't grow, then you stagnate.
Or want to grow.
Right.
Because that's where your discipline comes in. When you want to grow and you want to see a change. So that's when you implement discipline in yourself.
Right.
You know, I got to get this. I got to get to the next point. So now I have to maybe stop going out so much. Maybe stop spending so much. That's where the discipline come in, because
Yeah.
when you want more, you will lock yourself down to get that more. But it all depends on that individual. You can't generalize discipline unless you're in the army or something.
Yeah.
Then that's
exactly.
something. But you cannot generalize discipline. It comes from that certain individual. Some people don't have the same discipline you have. You want this, so you like, okay, I'm not gonna go out, or I'm not gonna spend as much. I'm not gonna do this. Meanwhile, you got a friend that's over here like, girl, please, I'm disciplined too, but I'm still gonna go out. I'm still gonna do this. It's different mindsets. So
Yeah.
it all depends on yourself and what you want to do to reach that next
Everybody's
level.
resources and what they like, their income per
That's
se is
another
different.
thing,
You know what I mean?
too.
So
Right.
one
The
person,
resources, the village, what, how
How
the
much
help
help
they
Your
can
environment,
get.
Yeah.
all that, your environment, and a lot of your morals, values, a lot of that stuff have
So
to
that
weigh
depends
in
on
too,
how much discipline you put on yourself. Because, you could be like, oh, I'm going to do this. Then you get up tomorrow and be like, fuck, I'm not doing none of that shit.
right, and
But
feel
you could
nothing
be-
about it,
and feel
nothing about it.
But then you'll
but
get
then a week
up
later
and say,
you'll be like, damn, I said
I
I wanted to start
shoulda,
doing this,
yeah.
or you look back like,
But that's
per se,
procrastination,
working
too.
out, right? You know what I'm saying? We all, saying that everybody say, okay, we're going to get in the gym or get fit. Or Ray, you ain't got that problem. You already bodybuilding. and shit.
Yeah.
But no, like, you know what I'm saying? You got shit that you want to do, and you look up a year later like, damn, if I'd have started doing this thing that I said I was gonna do a year ago,
I
I'll
would
be
have
at
been
that
here
goal.
right now.
And that's what that is.
So
Procrastination.
whether it be saving money, whether it be whatever it is,
Anything.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep, and that's what that book, when Shani was here, she had brought it up, called Atomic Habits. It was about building habits a little at a time. You know what I'm saying? Because if you build if you make a 1% change, you say each month, that's 37% better than you was last year. You know what I'm saying? So people they don't see the end part, like, oh, I'm 37. They just looking at the little 1%. So they don't notice those. But if you keep trying and keep working at it, then once you get there, you will.
People don't
get
realize how much them pennies add up.
Yeah.
And how quick.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
exactly,
right? You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And just like you're not noticing it when it's gone, you wouldn't notice it if you was to stash it, right? You wouldn't notice it if you saved it. So it's just all about like we're talking about being disciplined.
How you look at the outcome. You're right, because you wouldn't notice it if you stash it
Yeah.
and put it up, versus you didn't blew that and now you look back like, damn. But then
Going to the casino, for example. We all done lost money at the casino, right?
I'm disciplined.
and then, I don't care if it's $20, right? I don't care if it's $20. You walk
That's
out
my
that
limit.
motherfucker, and then you walk out that boy thinking about everything that you could have spent
With that $20.
$20.
But just think about the person that's in there going crazy, who's spending the
Has no
mortgage
discipline.
money.
None.
The mortgage
No
money
discipline.
is gone.
None.
The car
I remember
note.
when they first opened the casino, somebody jumped out the window.
Oh, it been so many
minutes
people jumping off the window, the garage. You know, please, people has been.
Because that's really the lack of discipline. That's
Man.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? I go in there already like $40. You know what I'm saying?
Mine $20, I'm a sore loser.
If we lose this
Yeah.
40,
Sorry. Sore
we gonna go
loser.
to the.
I'm
get
mad if I
something to
lose
eat. We
$5
gonna-
on FanDuel.
I'm a
and shit.
sore loser.
Pissed.
I'm a
trying
sore
I'm
loser.
trying to win $200,000 with that $5.
Off that
And I'm
$5.
mad as hell when I
Lose that 5, be like that.
Cause what? When I hit this button that say roll, I better get some lights and fucking sirens.
Yeah, but
Otherwise, I'm done. Now I'm disciplined when it comes to that. Cause fuck that. But other things, I lack
yeah,
discipline in.
but that's I mean, but sometimes you lack discipline in certain things, but you gonna get it, like you said. It's the lessons. That's the most important thing that people don't realize. When you going through stuff, and or even if you introduce to people, or if you talk to a person and they're saying certain things, and you need to work on certain stuff that they relating to, you need to take that stuff in and apply it. You know what I'm saying? That's about growth. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't know everything. I don't think I know everything. I feel
No
like I
one
can learn
knows
something
everything.
from somebody every day. And that's what I try to do. You know what I'm saying? I try to learn different things that I'm not familiar with. So I'm like, you can do that. It's just, we got talents that God gave us, and then you need to use them. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't utilize it, you lose it. You know what I'm saying? So it's,
Or if you don't discipline yourself,
yeah, you
you
have
ain't
to.
gonna do it.
Yeah, you have to, you know. And like we were saying, far as the discipline part, far as punishment and things like that, I feel like certain levels of discipline that we have gotten away from, like we talked about spanking the kids and stuff before, but being I ain't gonna say like Big Mama used to be, but being on these kids the way we used to, so we can help them build character. You know what I'm saying? We not getting at these kids young enough, you know, and having them, you know, put together, you know, to build their character, to be disciplined enough to go to take care of what they need to do at school, to keep their rooms, to organize, to, you know, you was talking about as far as getting them bank accounts and getting their finances together. You know what I'm saying? Getting them together like that so they disciplined and prepared. So when they older, they have a good character, because you have to realize character that's the role you playing.
Yeah.
That's the role you playing. So what role in life do you want to play? Is a good character, a bad character,
Right.
a villain,
Do
you know
you-
what I'm saying?
right.
A hero. You know, what kind of character do you want to have? Do you want people to look at you and say, I can count, you know, that's a good person over there. You know, I can count on it. And it might not mean nothing to you, but it should. That
You
people
should want
look
that
at
for
you.
yourself,
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, you should want people
You
to
should
look
want
at you.
that for yourself. You should want to be a good person. Like, you should want to do the right thing. Yeah, environments and, you know, things around us may change people, and the way we are treated and the way we handle or receive things or taught to receive things may, affect that. But everyone wants to be a good person. No one starts out like, oh, I'm lying. There's some people that.
No, they don't start out like that. It be their environment, like you say, or their circumstances.
No, there's some people out here that's fucking evil.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But the majority, I would say,
Right.
of people want to be good people, want discipline, want more for themselves and all that. But it's the environment, it's the circumstances. So in that terms, it becomes mental and emotional. So then that deters their discipline because they're more so on the fuck that. They have some people turn into a fuck that attitude. It's not going to give me this. It's not going to give me that.
Right.
Or some people be like, I tried it and they waiting for instant results. So now their discipline is not lasting that long because it's not giving me the results I want right now.
Right.
Not knowing discipline takes time. Discipline is a long run game instead of right now. So I switch some stuff up for a
that's why
week.
some
I be
people can't
disciplined for a week and then now I'm back to on my bullshit because I'm not seeing,
That's why, and I was about to say, basically about to say the same thing. That's the reason why some people can't have discipline because they want the immediate gratification. Like if I sacrifice right now, I want something for that sacrifice right now.
I want to see something.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a bit selfish too, if you think about it, especially in regards to something that you're doing for yourself. How you gonna be selfish against yourself?
Right.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
y'all.
Oh yeah, man. It's just crazy. And then, like you were saying, with the environment, because with the morals and values that come with people, that also determines, like, far as their discipline. Because you got to say, like, some people buy into bull. You know what I'm saying? Teach their kids how to be on bull. You know what I'm saying? So they level
Just
of
to follow
discipline.
the hype.
Yeah, not gonna be on another level of a person who's teaching their kids a different level, or different things or whatever. And then you have the like you said, it's some kids I seen them discipline themselves, like they have the parent that's on drugs and the parent that's
and
messed
they
up,
real
and
disciplined.
they discipline themselves to grow up to be
Because
the doctor,
they don't
the
want to
lawyer.
be
Yeah,
like that. That scares them
Yes.
to see that life. So fear
Because
will
just like-
discipline you. You're
Yeah.
right.
Just like you can be or see an example of what to be, you can be or see an example of what not to be. You know what I mean? And
Definitely.
some kid, you know what I mean? Just like how you say you're gonna learn from anybody, kids can learn from their parents what not to be.
Because I
And
did
why.
That. I did
You know
that
what
with
I'm
my father. You know what I'm saying? Like, before
I
he
did that
passed,
with my
we
kids.
had bond,
My kids probably did that with
but
me.
prior to that, we didn't have the best relationship. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, when I was younger, and then we ended up getting together. But I learned. I just was like, it was certain things that happened and experiences that I was like, my kids are never gonna have that or never feel that. You know
I
what I'm
never
saying?
put my
So
kids
it
through
was
that one.
it was a discipline. I disciplined myself that no matter what kid I had, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be the best dad I could be. You know what I'm saying? And that was a promise I made to myself, and I was determined to carry that promise out. So it like you said, fear and a bad example.
And that's what I mean by like you being selfish to yourself, and you don't carry out and fulfill the things that you say you're gonna do, especially when it's for you. Now, what he just talked about, now regardless of it being something that his son benefited from, he did that for him, and that's
Right.
why. And that's the reason why some dads or some parents are on
trash.
that level. You know what I mean? Because they don't see the need to do it for them, like even for themselves to make themselves feel good. They don't give a damn. Basically, long story short.
So they turn out to be trash ass parents.
Yeah, but you have to discipline yourself as well to be the best parent, because like you said, it's going to be times you don't want to take them here or do this for them or get up and cook, or that don't mean you just say the hell with them. You know what I'm saying? You have to push yourself and get up and do what you're supposed to do, because you set an example for these kids too.
Oh, that's the biggest discipline.
You know what I'm saying?
Motherhood, parenthood. I ain't even going to count out the dads. Parenthood.
Yeah.
That's the biggest discipline in the world.
In the
because
world.
you be wanting to cracker.
You be wanting to crack you be
Cracker
wanting to
skull.
do stuff by yourself. You be wanting to eat a meal in peace without
Yeah.
them coming to ask for a
Yeah.
piece or something. It's a lot of
You
stuff.
want to do a lot of things that involves just you.
Yeah.
But you have to know that you have them depending on you and or looking like, damn, can I get some?
And that's what you get, and that's that feeling that makes it worth all that you go through, because you like, you look at I look at how my wife happy, how the kids happy, and I'm like, well, it's worth it. But you know what I'm saying? It be them days
It be them
that
days
I don't
where I
want to
don't-
get up and go to work. I'll be like, I could call in. You know what I'm saying?
Look, speaking of the when you go get the meals by yourself, so my 17-year-old, she been working, but she just started her new job. So I'm at work. I call her. She just getting home from work. She in the car. I said, "What you doing? Where you at?" She like, "Oh, I'm sitting in front of the house." I said, "Well, what you doing?" She like, "Eating." She would have got her some Chinese food. I said, "So why you ain't getting up here?"
That's why I'm eating in the car.
That's why you eating in the car. She's talking about,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
Ma,
learning.
I
She learning.
understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want some stuff by yourself.
Yeah, that's, and ain't
You
nothing
just
wrong
want
with
it
that.
for yourself by yourself, and
You
that
don't even
don't
want to
make
come
you
in
a
the house and
selfish
have
person.
to answer nobody what you got.
Yeah, like, could I have a piece of that? Did you get some more? I don't want to even hear that. I just want to open.
I don't
the
even
wrapper.
want to hear. And
I
then
wanna
you
open
wrong
the
because you
wrapper.
don't want to hear
And
shit.
enjoy
and
what I've been
enjoy.
craving for today.
And you
Okay.
can't do that. So, but being a parent, like you said, you have to discipline yourself. And with the discipline, you start understanding what is priority and what is not. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like you say, it's fine to come home and be like, hey, it's food in there. Y'all get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to eat.
It's fine.
You know, but then it's those days that you be like, okay, they got home. I know I need to make
Yeah.
something they need to eat. You know, you know those days. So it's not about
Majority of the days you are parenting, but you are allowed those days where you like, no,
yeah.
y'all, we gonna eat a little finger foods. I'm not
Because-
gonna be in this kitchen all
Because
day
that's a
today.
lesson. Because see, parenting is a lesson, and so when you saying no and you telling them you taking that moment for yourself, they gotta understand that sometimes as growing up,
Mama
you
is
gonna
an
have to
individual,
take.
too.
You an individual, but they gonna need time to themselves too, and you gonna want
Exactly.
people to respect that. You're gonna be like, I want you to respect that. So you see, I'm taking my moment for myself.
You have yours.
Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone. So it's a lesson in everything, and that's what, like Mark said, if you don't take the lessons out of it, then it's not growth.
Yeah.
You just gonna stay where you at, you know. So
Steady talking. No
steady
action.
talking, and like we say, character. You should want your character to be well developed and people to look at you in an honorable fashion. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, that's a good person over there, because everybody knows, like, except for the crazy people you was talking about. But everybody knows the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah.
It's just the
Then you have
choices
some-
and circumstances that make you balance that decision. You know, in certain circumstances, you be like, well, I know this wrong, but
I'm gonna do it anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you haven't had the consequences haven't overweighed.
The reward.
Yeah. So it's a good time to you. You know, you don't have to worry about what's going on. So therefore, in your mind, it's carefree. You don't have to discipline yourself, because what the fuck you doing that for? You good.
Okay,
you
until
living.
you went out, had a nice time, but then
And
now
then some
the
shit
next week,
happen.
your phone off. People wonder why your cell phone off. You know, you
Or
got all
God
kinda
forbid you didn't drove home, got yourself messed up, got pulled over. So now you got to discipline yourself to go to these classes, or do this community service, or go to court. You know, so it's a life thing that sometimes make people set discipline, or it could just come from you coming up. Like you said, I saw what I didn't want to be in my parents as a kid. So my mindset, I'm gonna discipline myself to make sure I'll never be like that. So now I'm moving totally different. I'm totally, I'm disciplined. I'm on a mission. Or you could be carefree your whole life, then some happened that altered your carefreeness. Now you got to figure out how to get back your freedom. Got to be disciplined.
You gotta be disciplined. And as far as discipline too, a lot of people who don't have self-control. Discipline yourself to have self-control. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that, and they can't do it. and you can't be impulsive because like even at my job we had a situation that broke out and it could have got bad, you know what I'm saying, but and I told the people, I said, well, it's a lot of stuff in here. Now say if you just got mad and you just grab one of these things and hit somebody in the head and they die, your whole life is gone all because of an impulsive action that you made when you could have had a little rationale to think about it. Like, this ain't even worth this. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even worth my job. I'm making this. I'm making that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody think about that. So
Nope.
I'm talking about the self-control. We have to have the discipline to have
know.
the self-control.
To not
Right now-
tell your son to go outside in the parking lot and shoot this
and
guy.
finish him.
child.
And finish him.
Okay,
That
after
was
he's
crazy.
already shot. Now, one thing to call your son in there to protect you because you feel like you need protection. All right, and he walks in the middle of the altercation when you're being assaulted, and then he does
he
what he has
handle
to
his
do.
business.
That's completely different. That's
Yeah.
self-defense with my mother. Like
And
you,
then y'all go
But I
out in the
also
parking
questioned.
lot.
I also questioned why he had the gun. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It was in
I
the car.
kinda-
It was her. She was
She was the CPS.
Okay,
I
I
don't
So
know-
she
now-
could have been
but
one
how
of
did
them
he?
parents.
But how did he?
Now here's my thing.
She could have been one
Here's
of them
my
parents
thing.
who are,
Right.
you know, kid
Okay,
parents
here's
teach
the
their
thing, though.
kids how to
Yeah.
shoot guns, handle
Yeah.
guns,
I
all of that.
understand that, but he's
So
14.
he a young man also.
How old was he?
He
14.
14.
But where do they live? Is she a single
I
parent?
understand
Is he
that. I mean,
so it's
I'm
different
saying that I understand the
dynamics
circumstances
of, yeah.
of why she may have
So the
done
self,
it.
so
But
the
I'm just
self having
saying.
the
How
self-control
he's
enough.
so comfortable with handling
Yeah, I'm
the
like
gun.
he had a gun, and he 14, and he had no
Okay,
problem
here's the
using
thing.
it.
Here's the thing. His mother's a
didn't.
CPL holder, right? Maybe
boy
she
was-
maybe she pulled up and left the gun in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
What he
and-
comfortable with because he seen his mama with the gun.
Well, you know, she just left it in the car because she I can't recall what she
Or
had
they probably a
on. She
motherfucking
probably had
team
on the
of
dress.
wrecking
If I
crew.
I don't know what she had on. She probably had on something that didn't permit her to carry it like she wanted to, right?
Okay.
So then, right when the shit happened again, you didn't have the self control enough to not stop your son for actually you agitated him, you edged him on to go even further in the
Yeah.
situation and shoot him more.
Yeah, because
Resulted in his death.
initially, like seeing my mama get punched, I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
man,
I ain't
come
on,
gonna-
bro. child.
I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah.
The whole clip would have been.
'Cause
you know,
my
I ain't
son's-
gonna-
yeah.
I probably would have been in jail for overkill for shooting him 15 times.
You ain't gonna blow my mama junk out, right?
No.
Is you
Boy.
crazy? So I can see where the
'Cause my
reaction
brothers-
might have been a little impulsive, where you
Yeah.
couldn't have had self control. Because I can see that.
Yeah.
But
listen,
the
wait,
part
wait,
about
wait.
the going
Wait,
outside.
stop.
My
Because
uncles-
if you have a gun license,
You gotta have self control.
you got the responsibility to have that self control. You went to class, you know what it is, you know what you're supposed to do in them situations.
Yeah.
That don't mean this
But
don't
the-
give you the
but
right
the
to
son
pull
didn't.
that ghetto card out, right? The son didn't, but he was instructed by his mother,
Who is the ghetto car holder?
who was the card, the ghetto
the
card,
ghetto
and,
card
and,
holder.
and the ghetto card holder, right?
So she called him out there.
She called him in, and then when
She
he
talking about
yeah.
going to
So
jail.
she called him in.
Yeah, he was outside in the car. So she texted him and
Yeah,
said,
T.
"Come in," and that's when he
They
was
going
saying.
to jail.
And then another part about
Okay,
it.
see,
another part
I'm
about
just
it.
getting all the details. I
Yeah.
heard about it.
Yeah,
but I
she
ain't get all the-
texted him on the phone and told him to bring the gun in there and shoot him.
Okay, see, now I understand why he had the gun now.
Yeah.
Now I understand, because I'm just thinking
And
he
then-
just standing there with her, and
And
they
then
went down
after
and he
it-
just was like, what?
Yeah, he came in there.
He was in the car.
Yeah,
And she
okay.
so even
What was it? He came in. The old boy was on his second punch, hitting the mama.
What?
So that's when the boy.
So here's the
upped
thing.
gun.
So here's the thing, right? And I've seen the video, and here's another questionable situation about the boy, right? The boy, when he walked into the threshold of the door, he stood and looked. He had his hands in the hoodie, holding the
Yeah,
gun
he
in the hoodie,
did.
right? He's standing there in the threshold of the door, looking, waiting. So I don't know if he's seen the first punch or he probably seen the first punch. 'Cause
Or he
struck-
heard them arguing.
when he walked in, they was arguing. They was whatever the words were being exchanged. What I think happened is he seen the first hit, and then he tried to get that's when he started getting the gun out because it took him a minute to get the gun out. And then the second hit, and then that's when he shot. So in that sense, right? In that sense where he was in the threshold of the door, I don't know if he could be seen as an aggressor because he had the opportunity to intervene without shooting first. It's almost like he was
Like he was
waiting,
trying to break it up.
Or
Like he could have broke it up before
or he
taking bodily harm.
But how would he have broke it up, though?
Rushed my man.
Well, I ain't gonna say rushed him.
14.
I ain't,
He-
yeah.
he-
14. Okay.
he can't
So
rush
here's
him.
the thing. So right. So
See,
that,
I'm looking at all
so
the
I didn't
angles.
know how old he was either. That's
So
another thing.
he's scared.
Yeah.
He see his mama getting beat on by this man.
You a kid and you see your mama get punched, and
shooting
you got
him.
a gun.
I'm shooting him.
But
Right, and I know it's my
math
mom's
is-
Yeah,
gun. and she
everybody
licensed.
shooting
Yeah,
him.
yeah. So
Everybody
but
shooting
again,
him.
when he shot him and the man left and ran out to his car, right? And the mom was wrong for telling him to shoot him again, kill him.
Oh yeah.
And then after he shot
Definitely
him again, after
wrong.
he shot him down, right? After he shot him the second time, because he shot more than 2 times. He shot him twice, but he shot more than twice. So after the man was on the ground, okay, then the mother tells the boy to shoot the girlfriend who's in the car. He didn't do it.
Yeah,
He
that
didn't
was.
do it. So that part is, she,
Oh,
yeah,
nah.
that's
Yeah,
what,
that
She
was-
going to jail for sure.
Yeah, she ain't. That wasn't.
Now
not-
he
no, that
probably
wasn't
gonna
not-
have to.
Now, this is the story from the girlfriend, the girlfriend, and the video complements the story.
Yeah, that's scandalous. But that's just a prime example. Like you said, far as self-control, because she had a CPL, and like you said,
You was trained. You got a license
like
for
we
it.
was talking about before we got on there. If she would have had the gun and my man blew her junk out, then she could have
She shot him.
and
It
it would
would've
have
been
been
case
over.
closed.
Yeah, case closed. But you didn't call my man in with the gun.
Involved your son.
That's the
and then
first
made
thing
him go
that
chase the
made
dude down.
her her
But
first
see,
criminal act.
no, that's not really a criminal act. That's not necessarily a criminal act. I'm in the store. My mom is in the store ordering her food, and some man is being aggressive towards her. She's calling me for protection. This is a man, okay, and here threatening my mother. He's threatening her.
And I
if
understand.
you say something else to me, I'm gonna knock you out. Is what he said. If you say
On
something
my
else to
grandma,
me,
I'm gonna knock you out.
And he squared up and you know what I'm saying and reached back on some, like, I'm letting you know, if you say something else, I'm about to knock you out. And you heard it. I mean, like, and she said something else and he reached back again. Boom.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And this is an older lady. This lady is probably she at least 60s. She probably, I want to
She
say
that old?
50s type, 60s,
She looked 50,
Yeah.
50-ish.
50ish.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
I-
wasn't in her 60s.
now I see what you saying. I see what
She
you saying.
probably was our age.
But
like
instead of
40-ish.
texting my man, why couldn't
She
She had a
could've been. She could've
14-year-old.
been.
What I'm
She
saying
probably
is,
was.
what I'm saying is, instead of texting my man and getting him involved, why couldn't she just go outside, get her strap, and come back in?
Because now she.
It wouldn't have
because
been
now she-
self-defense because the threat is over. You done went to
You
your
left
car.
and got the gun
You
and came
should
back.
go home at that point
Yeah.
if you
My
felt
whole
threatened.
point is, she could have went and got her strap, came back in, and be like, I want a double burger with cheese. And then if she got socked after that, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like she put her son in a real bad position. I didn't get all the details.
She did, but
put
she
in.
messed herself up more.
Yeah, and then then for you to
She
tell me that she
felt
told him to
she
finish her.
She probably felt like she was at a point where there was no solution, right? This man is in her face, threatening her, saying, if you say something else, no matter what you like, you
Oh,
say something
man.
else, I'm gonna knock you. I'm gonna knock you out, right? She could be saying, I just tried to get my food and go.
It was a video of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
coulda-
video.
She could have been saying, I'm just trying to get my food and go. Da, 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 da. You say something else, you don't know what she, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
she texted my son like,
yeah.
you know, this dude in here and shit, bring the gun. He tripping.
He
Because
tripping.
if I try to leave or anything and shit, you know what I mean? He on tip.
Like,
If my mom,
I
call-
want
if
to
my mom
see,
text me
did
like that,
anybody
I'm bringing the
take
fuck-
a
Oh, yeah,
video
I'm
of what
bringing the
happened
gun. It
before
ain't-
then? Like, did anybody do the video of what led up to him? Because he was very fucking aggressive against her. Like, I mean, he clapping hands. He like,
what ended
bitch,
up-
on my
according-
mama.
According to the news story, what allegedly happened first was that she had got into it with his girlfriend first. Him and the girlfriend exchanged words. And the girlfriend went outside, and while she's still in there trying to get her food or whatever, they still exchanging words. And then she, you know, called her son in there, you know what I mean? Because I don't know what the fuck she said to the
Keeping it
girl.
real.
Oh, so
goes
this ain't a
wrong.
dude that worked there.
No.
No,
they was two
they was
customers.
two customers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I'm getting the story together. Now I understand why she ain't leave and come back in. Okay. I'm thinking it's the dude that worked there.
No, they two customers,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. The son did what he's supposed to do, but she just didn't have to tell him to go finish him.
Yeah, this ain't Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Shit.
she
That's
didn't
a
have to
bit
finish
much.
him. So, But yeah, we talking about discipline, building character,
And they had none in that situation.
no character.
And this is a situation where the lack of discipline shows you what it does to your character, what it makes
When
you look
keeping
like.
it real goes wrong.
Right.
Oh boy.
Because some people
Definitely when
think,
keeping it real
because
goes
some
wrong.
people
That was a
think
good
keeping it real is doing dumb shit.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Or so some people think keeping it real is justifying the dumb shit. That they
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
And that's why I hate
fuck
the
around, you
rationale.
find out.
If you give the right justification to the dumb shit, it's real
It
shit.
sound good, and that's why I hate. Well, just like you said, the excuses, because people will make good excuses. They sound beautiful, like I did this because of this, and I'll
That's
be
the
like,
reason why social media is kind of a double-edged sword, because it gives people a platform to express themselves, and now they get to rally up a crowd of yes men who maybe don't even really believe them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just somebody who just want to go along to get along. They need somebody.
Influencer,
They need
yeah,
they
they
need to
got
go. They need
influence.
somebody to go behind, or somebody a group to be with.
Yeah.
So this looks like my group. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to be a part of these people, so I'm gonna agree with this right here and go along with it.
and don't understand they need to be getting on their own train, doing their own thing.
Because yes, like you said, him defending his mama coming in there. Okay, but to chase that
I'm
man
shooting
down
that man, and I'm leaving. I'm calling him. Saying,
and
hey.
to shoot the girl, shoot at the to
He
want
didn't
me
shoot.
to.
Yeah, but he.
Well,
she,
but
he-
her,
he-
for
he
her
told-
to
he
instruct to
instructed.
shoot like
So on the video,
she
right after that,
crazy.
listen. After that, on the video, when his
fucking
mom
insane at that
told him to shoot the girlfriend, his mom, the little boy grabbed his mom and pulled her to the car and said, "Let's get the fuck out of here." And they pulled off.
Yeah, he was.
He's like, "Mama, you tripping and shit."
yeah,
Like, let's
he
go.
knew he is already through. He didn't already kill.
But
my
you done already piped him up though. You done already piped him up. Now he's like, "Now I'm trying to get out of here because I done murked this man."
Yeah, I didn't murk him. Now you telling me
Now
you
you
murked
done murked
somebody
him?
else? No,
I'm
no,
gone.
no. Mommy, I'm gone. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Nah,
now they about to be
mommy,
locked
I'm
up
gone.
right next door to each other.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that's crazy. I just can't see that. You know what I'm saying? You putting your child in that circumstance.
And it's crazy because you can't even say give him like go lenient on him because he the one that pulled the damn trigger and shit. You know what I mean? And he of age enough to know. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of
Being 14.
like yeah, man. If the situation was me and my first off, my mama ain't gonna tell me to go kill nobody and shit. You know what I mean?
because that's
But
your
if my
mama,
mama-
his
yeah.
mama.
But if it
She ain't
was,
gonna have to tell me though if I see somebody blow my mama.
no.
junk out.
What I'm saying is, after the fact, after I done shot the nigga and shit, my mama gonna be just as
Why
ready to
your
fucking
mama
go as I
getting her
am. She's
junk
not gonna
rolled
tell me
out?
to go finish the nigga.
Yeah,
Finish him.
because like you said, the first time for me to be seeing somebody punch my mama 2 times, I'm probably gonna make sure
you
you
probably
don't
not
leave
gonna make
from
it
right there.
You probably not gonna
Yeah.
make it to punching my mom a second time if I'm in the vicinity.
Right? Yeah.
Man,
You're probably not gonna make it to punch her the first time. To be honest with you.
because he
Like, the
hit
first
her
time, you
hard.
gonna get
I mean,
cracked.
he
It's gonna
came
be crazy.
from back. He hit her hard,
Yeah, and that's
and
what
to
I'm saying.
follow up with another one, he hit her
It was like
hard.
you see the UFC slap competition.
Boy, yeah,
he
it was
went
one
back
of them,
like
but
that
punch
with a
style.
fist,
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
and her back was already up against the wall.
But you know, it's just like I said, it's the circumstance because you also have to think about what if another child, 14, would have been in that.
My son,
situation.
14,
And
it's going down.
That's
I'm
what,
saying.
That's what I'm saying. But you
My
got some
oldest,
kids who probably
going down.
wouldn't have reacted that, or couldn't have, or
my
wouldn't have.
my 15-year-old, it's going down. So I don't even want to put them in that. You know, it's going down. They see me get hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's supposed to.
but so I don't even want to even put them in that, you know, predicament. I don't know what happened that led up to the argument. You know, I'm not gonna say she was doing too much. You know, it was a lot in that situation. First off, he should not have hit that woman. If she arguing with your
I
girlfriend,
don't care what she said. That's an older
I don't
woman.
give a damn what she said. You should have never hit that woman. And then to follow up, you should have never hit that
I
woman.
understand all that.
Then
but
behind that, you talking about, oh, my grandma. Oh, my grandma, I'm going to hit you in your shit. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
You hitting somebody mama.
But I also-
whatever she said, you could have left with your girlfriend in that car.
He could have. But I'm also thinking about the environment or what are the circumstances of the boy and the mom. You know what I'm saying?
The boy was in the car.
No, I'm saying the boy in the car, but I'm saying what kind of relationship that she know she could count on him to come.
That too.
You know what I'm saying?
That
so,
too.
So I was looking at, as y'all telling me, that's what I'm
That
thinking.
too.
Like,
We already know that
if she
relationship
know,
to where she could
yeah,
call her son,
if
like,
she
bring
know
the
he
strap
gonna come dump on him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I
up
was
the
like,
strap, son. He in here tripping.
yeah. So it's
So
all
she,
about.
you know, she could have been the high head in that, but he should not have hit that woman.
Oh, definitely. We all in agreement there. He should not have hit that woman, but
It's crazy how I feel like everybody got what they deserve, and I'm not
That's
saying it's
crazy.
like, and I hate to say that because somebody died in this situation.
Yeah.
But if it had been my mama, somebody would have died in that situation. So it's just I can't retract anything about how I feel
That's
about
a
it.
situation where somebody would have died in that situation.
But it was, but it was a whole bunch of ignorant ass people in that situation too.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
everybody got what they
thing
deserve.
is, like,
Everybody
just
got what they
listening to
deserve all the
y'all,
way around.
She got into it with the girlfriend. The girlfriend got into it with a woman. So why are you going outside telling your
Why?
boyfriend like it's some guys talk to you? So that's the first ignorant
Yes.
thing. Then the guy come in and want to check the woman, an older woman. So that's the second ignorant thing. You know what I'm saying? Then
you texting your
N-
14-year-old child.
Then the next ignorant thing is him socking her.
Yeah.
Then the next ignorant thing is her texting her son to come shoot him. You know, so what I'm saying is a lot of bad decisions was made in that. So it's all in the people that was dealing with, because you could have put a whole different cast in that situation and it wouldn't have went that way.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So
It
that's all
wouldn't
I'm
have.
saying about the discipline and self-control. That's the point I'm
Yes.
trying to make. A whole different cast could have been in that, and they wouldn't
Oh yeah, I
have none of
understand
that. It might have
completely.
been
None of
somebody
them
got
had
cussed
discipline.
out.
None of them had discipline at all.
It could have been anything. So that's the point we making, y'all. We gotta start having that discipline to learn what is worth it and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not worth it. And far as when we say worth, it's not about a reward.
Like think shit through.
Life, period. Freedom.
In a disturbing
Somewhat.
case
The
on
freedom
Chelsea
of life.
Court,
Listen.
a mother accused of ordering her son to commit murder in a West Pullman restaurant. The mother and son are now charged, both of them. Elizabeth Matthews joins us now with more on this developing story. Elizabeth?
Yeah, not only that, mom, who's accused of giving those shoot-to-kill orders, is now being held on $3 million bail. Parts of that shooting were actually captured on this restaurant's surveillance video, which helped the witnesses identify the suspects to police. So this all happened Sunday night, police tell us, just after 11 o'clock, about 11:05 p.m. 35-year-old Carlisha Hood and her 14-year-old son arrived at the Maxwell Street restaurant on South Halstead at 117th. Hood went in for food. Her son waited in the car. Prosecutors say that's when she began arguing with this man, 32-year-old Jeremy Brown, who was also inside ordering food at the time. Hood began texting her son, who appeared in the doorway, hands in his pockets. A fight became physical between Hood and the victim. The victim was able to punch the woman once. That's when prosecutors say the boy pulled out a gun, fired a single shot to the victim's back, followed him outside, kept firing, striking him fatally twice in the back.
Once outside of the restaurant, while
he
the
only had
co-defendant
one.
was still shooting at the victim, the defendant instructed her son, the co-defendant, to continue to shoot and kill the victim. Once the co-defendant finished shooting the victim, the defendant turned her focus towards witness one. She began pointing at witness one and instructing her son to shoot her.
Prosecutors say the Hood even tried to get the gun from her son, but he pushed her away. No shots were fired at that witness, who is also the victim's girlfriend. Both mother and son facing murder charges. She's also charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The teen boy also facing unlawful use and possession of a firearm. Both, we're told, did surrender themselves to police yesterday. We're also told that Hood, the woman charged in this, the mom charged in this, also had a FOID card herself and was licensed to conceal carry.
That's crazy. That is crazy. She ordered him to murder, and like I said, y'all, self control. We on the discipline thing, self control. You gotta have it. You
crazy.
gotta have it. We making too many stupid decisions over stuff that don't
Emotional.
really mean nothing. That
Over
don't mean nothing.
emotions.
and it gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop. Everybody just was celebrating Juneteenth. I was looking at people at work like, yeah, we all united today, but tomorrow y'all gonna be ready to beat each other's ass. You know what I'm saying? It gotta stop, y'all. The discipline. We gotta have some structure. We gotta start believing in ourselves just as much as
How about it was shootings on Juneteenth, at Juneteenth events, parades and shit.
See, don't make no damn sense. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
First year that we get it in and start celebrating it federally. Now they got the Juneteenth shooting. I knew that was gonna happen.
And they
that's
loving
when they
that.
coined it.
They
That's
loving
when they coined
that.
it,
Yeah,
the Juneteenth.
they loving that. That shit crazy. Cause I'm saying we need to get
So
it together.
federally, people getting paid for it now? It's paid holiday?
Yeah, it's federal holiday now.
Because I worked.
Yeah.
So no.
It don't matter, but we just need to start disciplining ourselves to put just as much effort in ourselves, our dreams, and our own businesses as we do for corporations and businesses that we willing to work for. You know what I'm saying? They established their stuff. They got their stuff, but you got to believe in yourself just as much as you get up and go to work and hate it. You know what I'm saying?
So,
do that for yourself.
Will y'all agree that we as black people are the most undisciplined race of people?
I would have to say one of the undisciplined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a couple of.
Are we more like the majority of the not all of us, because there are a lot of disciplined people, there are a lot of entrepreneurs. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not saying that. But as black people as a whole, when it comes to unity in all of us, we are the most undisciplined.
And that's because we've been programmed, though. See, we've been programmed. We've been pit against one another since back in the day. So it's hard for us to break that cycle, because this is a generational curse that it ain't just like just your family or our
generational
family.
curse
It's
that
a
we need to
400
work on the
year
most.
generational curse.
And that is what we need to work on the most, because everybody say break those generational curses within your family. But do you know, when we all come together as black people, we all have the same stories?
The same stories, the
In our
same
families,
struggles, the same
we
everything.
all have the same stories. We all can relate to the same shit of getting our ass beat, doing this, doing that, being disciplined, having this, having that, having that uncle, having that auntie, that's this and that.
We all came up under
In
pretty
that
much the same conditions.
Right.
We all came up under the same
So
conditions.
that is the
for most part.
biggest generational curse that we need to break, is that as a whole instead of individual households.
But you remember we just said
Well,
about
it starts from. It starts one by one. There's nothing that that
But
can be done.
but some people can't do it one by one.
But what I'm saying, we just talk about the lessons. A lot of people is not taking our lessons and applying
Right.
them.
But what if you learn? But what if all you learned was ignorance?
That's the other thing, because see, all you can learn, say if your
what?
family
Part
teach
of
you in it, it's other resources that you can still see, that you can like kind of judge, like, well, this ain't
But you
right. What I'm
want them
doing.
to fight their own generational curses, but they ignorant to everything instead of coming everybody
unfortunately,
being a whole.
But see, it's kind of impossible to do that in reality.
Yeah.
Because everybody can't hold their weight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
That's
And
right.
the sad part about it is the ultimate point that I feel like you're getting at, and this is what a lot of, our big scholars, our great minds in the black community have said, like, and we say it on many different arenas on shit. Everybody can't go.
Nope.
And unfortunately, some people just gonna have to be left behind. It'll cost us too much to try to get them prepared when they don't even have the want or the need to be prepared and they don't even see that they're so programmed and content with where they are.
Okay.
They happy with
That
that.
is exactly.
And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. It's
It's
very
not.
unfortunate.
It's
very
very
unfortunate.
fucking sad, because do you know that will be a lot of us?
It's a lot of us, but but you have to think of it like an army. Just like he said, everybody can't go, but you have to think about
losing a
some
lot
is
of
just
our
the infantry. You know what I'm saying? Those the ones that like you said, we can't go along. Some of them gonna die. They gonna fall off. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand. It's just like an army. We have to be together. It's a lot of us that's strong. It's a lot of us that want that unity. It's a lot of us that want that. Those have to be the ones that stick together. And then the ones that you talking about that just wanna
I've said this many times before.
fall off. They'll see it, and then guess what? They gonna wanna be a part of
That's
something.
what I just said. That's what I'm about to say. I said it so many times. The only way that we're going to get those docile, lower vibrational minds in order or in line
Because they follow the
is
majority.
because we're such a monkey see, monkey do ass
Yeah.
people, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have to put something in place that's going to be worth it for them, right? Because it goes back to earlier when I said being having immediate gratification or recognition or payment for it, right? If I'm sacrificing, if I'm doing something, what am I getting out of it? So we have to put something together where they feel like it's worth being a part of or worth doing. What is in this for me type thing, you know what I mean? And that's unfortunately how you have to paint the picture for some people, you know what I mean? In order for them to fall in line, they can't see the big picture
Until it's drawn and put in front of them.
or until it affects them immediately. Then
Right.
But once they, like you said, once they see it, then they be like, I want to be a part of something. And that's what you say. Like you
see,
saying.
but that shit right there was want to be a part of that. Like that's you got to be careful with the people that you attract with that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you make shit, when it look cool, when it look fun, when it look all of the you know, when it's attractive for all of the positive things, you know, you'll attract the wrong kind of attention. People that just want that spotlight.
For the
But
moment.
that's not.
But everybody
not
got a
down
role
there
to-
put the
everybody
work.
got a role to
That ain't
play.
down to put the work in to make you. You don't know how much work it took to make this shit look as good as it looks to make you want to be a part of it.
So you going to have to play your role
So you
that
have
we
to
need
know
you
your
to
role.
play, or you can't be a part of
But
it.
see, some people don't have what it takes. Going back to what Christina said, some people just so ignorant and illiterate in some areas and in a lot of areas, to where they just really have no. What did we say your name was?
My name Christine.
Oh, I did say Christina. My bad. Yeah, Christine.
Yeah, she checks your ass.
So yeah, you know, some people just not gonna they not gonna
Yeah.
have what it takes to be to
Yeah.
hold a position. You know what I mean? And that's you know what, and that's why a lot of our organizations, a lot of our institutions can't thrive, because it's a lot of people who feel like they should be higher up or they want
Yep.
those things, but they don't. But they, and I'm not putting you. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm not. I'm speaking personally now.
Right.
Like, you know, they can't be put in a position, you know, to of responsibility, because you can't handle the duties of that position, but you just want the attributes. You
Your
want the-
character.
Yeah, or
They
your,
know
even,
your
listen,
character.
Or your character.
You don't
ain't
hold the
even
character to be in that position that you choose to be in, but you just want the
What you wanna
status.
be in.
You just want the status so you can get the clout and the recognition.
That's just like
But
men
you don't
and
have the
women.
discipline to hold the responsibilities of that shit.
Yeah.
That's like men and women who have unrealistic expectations for themselves in relationships. You know what I'm saying? You are on this level, but you expect this, and it's men and women that do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But then you ain't gonna get
I
this
done-
because you're not doing this to get
You're
that.
not. You're not even.
You
You're
know what
not
I'm
even.
saying?
So now you down.
You're
Now
not,
you down.
You're
And
not
they
even.
down.
You're not even what this wants.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
And people don't be really realizing that, like in relationships, to be disciplined and want this, and you're not giving that same the effort to get that. You ain't gonna get that shit. You know what I'm saying? You and then if a lot of people don't realize that when they don't discipline themselves to give that effort, if you was to get the same effort that you was giving, you wouldn't be happy to get that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to tell people, we talked about shadow work. You know what I'm saying? Looking deep inside yourself. Being honest with yourself. Am I being real? Am I doing what I'm
Right.
supposed to do? And then when you look and find things that you're not doing right, don't make excuses or beat around the bush or say, well, maybe I'm not just good enough. Or that ain't it. You figure that shit out and correct
Right.
that shit. You know what I'm saying? People, that's the problem. People don't want to do. They don't want to correct anything. They want to make excuses why it's okay to be this way, why it's all
'Cause
right.
They used to be in
to-
a certain type of way and
It's
changes.
discipline yourself to
Yeah.
be the person that God intended you to be. That's what I be trying to tell people. We hear everybody make mistakes. You mess up, but all the
Discipline
shit that
yourself.
that's happening that's not what you're supposed to be. Find your purpose.
Exactly.
Some people are honest about the person who they are on the inside, and some people are honest about being a certain person who gets over on people.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
posers. They can make
Some
you
people are
think
honest, yeah, some
they
people-
posers. They
some
make
people-
you
some people
believe
are-
some shit, but they aren't that person. And if you fuck with
And the
them
thing
long
about it is,
enough,
them being honest with
you figure that shit
themselves in the inside about knowing that they on some whole shit, they feel like they real, right?
and they project, but they project off of that because
they know they
because
on
they
some
know
fuck
they
shit.
ain't good
Regardless
in
of you
inside.
knowing, right?
So that's why
Because
they project
the
the,
whole game is to
bullshit.
get over on to get what I can out of everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm a real nigga because I'm finessing everybody and shit in their minds and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you run into the motherfucker, you can't get that way. That's when it's like you become defensive and feel like, oh, now I'm the victim when you're not. But you just found somebody who calls
Yeah,
you
you're
out
the
on your
victim.
shit.
You're the victim because you can't get what
Accountability.
you want. You can't get what you want, so now you want to play the victim.
Yeah.
Accountability.
And you're so used to getting what you want that you feel like a victim. So you're gonna concoct this shit in your mouth. Man, I'm talking about somebody in particular right now. Let me
Yeah,
talk
you
about-
silly as hell. He said, I'm talking about somebody in
Let me-
particular.
that shit,
Yeah,
man,
because
like,
that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It works that way. You know what I'm saying? Who
What you talking about?
he peeking over there?
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
people. I'm talking about people.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it just, we all know somebody. The shit that we talking about fits like a
Yeah,
motherfucking
and
glove,
I didn't been there where I done made excuses too. I ain't gonna say. I mean, it's been a part of my life where I did not want to hold myself accountable for a lot of shit.
Oh, I did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's growth. Like it's discipline and growth.
You have to grow.
It comes to a point in your life where do you want to keep being this motherfucker or do you want better for yourself?
I didn't like my own character, my role. I didn't like.
So you wanted better
I
for
didn't like.
yourself.
I mean, it was a lot of good about me. I've never been a bad person to just
Right,
mistreat people,
but
but it was
within
certain
yourself.
things that I
You
knew
know-
Yes.
you knew
I
the
needed
flaws
to
within
change.
yourself that
Yes,
you wanted
that's
to-
why I'm
So
saying
it was
it's within yourself.
That character, I was like, I need to change these
Okay.
certain things, and that's what I worked on. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what's important for each individual for you to figure out what you need to work on. You might, and then everybody quick to point the finger at other people, like, well, this person is this, but you need to work on the same shit. Bro. You know what I'm saying? You need to work on the same stuff. So
And everybody's circumstances is different. So everyone must give everyone just a little grace.
and patience, because everybody have different support systems.
Yes.
You have, and some people have no
Mindsets.
support systems though. You know what I'm saying?
Mindsets, and it go back to what we talked about, weeks ago. Childhood and how you perceive adulthood
Indeed.
from childhood. So you got a lot of ignorant grown folks walking around. And you got a lot of insecure grown folks walking around. And you got a lot of angry grown folks walking around. And then you got a lot of grown folks who got it together. So
Yeah.
you mix all of them together. You don't know what you got
Yeah.
until you deal with that person for a while.
And
You don't know
have
what
to
you got.
take what you can from people. That's what you have to understand. Sometimes God put people in your path for a reason. And you might talk to a perfect stranger and they make perfect sense. It's a reason why that person talking. You take what you can from each individual. You can learn from somebody every damn day.
Every
You
day.
know? So
Because I sure do.
So we just got to understand we have to discipline ourselves and we have to be real with ourselves. That's the major thing. I enjoyed this conversation today. It was a pretty good conversation.
This is cool.
March. Yes. So I just want to say in closing that discipline does build character, and you should
Very
care
much
who
so.
you are. You should care. I ain't gonna say care about what
'Cause
people
you
think
are
about
somebody.
Yeah, people
Body.
person, not a people pleaser, right? Don't lose
You
yourself
are
trying to be
some-
Don't
something
lose
for somebody
yourself.
else.
Yeah, do not
you
lose
gotta tell 'em.
yourself trying to be somebody you ain't.
You
to please
is
another
kind. You is smart. You is important.
person. Hey, and he uses all that she said. So we just want to say, from Soul Ties Talk, find your purpose and be disciplined. And us as a people, we need to be more disciplined to trust in one another's decisions. And everybody, like we said, everybody has a lane to be in. Get in that lane, play it, and make a team. Be a team, and we can do our damn thing. So
Tupac said it best. He said,
You
We
ain't
gotta
shit without
see
your
us as
homeboys.
he said,
Wrong song. All right.
we got to see us as brothers instead of two distant strangers.
indeed.
There it is.
And that's
I like
how
that
we
one
should
better.
see all of us as a people. and being disciplined. Like I said, everybody work for all kind of different corporations and companies, and they are making millions and billions of money off of you getting up, coming in, making their product that they thought of. But guess what? We got ideas too. So let's put the same energy.
Wait
The
a minute.
best.
Let's
The
say
only-
it correctly.
The only idea.
We got better
The best.
ideas.
We in the plant making them millions of ideas off of ideas we thought of.
Years ago.
What?
Indeed.
I'm talking about from the cell phone to the traffic light to the car to the. I mean everything. The toilet. Which way you want
To the peanut butter and jelly.
The computer.
You know
what are you
what I'm
talking about?
saying?
Everything,
To the
man.
whatever.
Peanut butter and jelly. Yeah.
Whatever you
But
can
that's
think
what I'm
of.
trying to say,
To
y'all.
the actual peanut butter jelly to the song.
Yeah, because we actually we innovate a lot of stuff, and they take it and then they just put a flip on it and say
The only
it's
thing
they
they,
shit.
the only thing they invented was the patent. The ability to take credit for
To
shit.
steal.
yeah.
The only thing they invented
Legally.
was
The patent.
Because me and my wife always talk about,
Thievery.
we always talk about
know.
a museum. How
Pilfering.
we be like, they went to people's different cultures and stole all their shit.
everything
and put that shit
and
in
called
the-
it
somewhere.
America.
Oh, don't say that. I'm in a museum right now. Don't say
Every-
You know, but I'm
Fine.
just saying, they just took all these people's shit,
And called
put
it America.
in there and say, come look at this, and we charging people. This ain't even your shit. You
It
know what I'm
ain't.
saying? But that's another story. But we gonna let y'all go. We gonna say bye.
I feel like I'm getting raped. I'm in a
make
museum
sure-
right now and they're charging to see me, right?
You see what I'm saying? Make sure y'all stay disciplined, y'all. Self-control. Look at yourself and understand that we are here all for a purpose. Let's find that and let's be about that.
Hey.
So we'll check y'all out next week. This Soul Ties Talk. Got Chris up in the house.
Chris.
All right, she'll see you next week, and I'm Ray the Realist, and we out.
Out.
Man.